Whoa, okay, wow, Sam, you're already back? It's only been a couple of days. Sorry, I should have gave you guys a little bit of a break from my face, but I thought of a brilliant idea. Now, this video is going to be really special to me because this has never been done before. I've never seen it on YouTube, okay? I invented this right here. Inventor, Sam Collins. Yeah, that's me. I am now the CEO and founder of the Transphobe Awards. So what exactly is the Transphobe Awards, you ask? So what I created is a tier list of different levels of transphobia. And I have a group of people that we're gonna put into these little levels and find out, you know, who is the king and who is the queen of transphobia. So I'm gonna share our beautiful contestants with you today, okay? So we've got the amazing Lucas, Steven Crowder, Conservative Parents, Ben Shapiro, Girl Defined, Trisha Paytas, the US Military, J.K. Rowling, and Caitlin Bennett. If you don't understand a tier list, basically I'm going to put these people into different categories of transphobia. You know, before we get into this amazing group of great individuals, I wanted to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video. You're gonna want to listen to this one because they're actually trans friendly, because they like me. So take it away, future Sam. So I think we should all take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and assume that you have already heard about Raid, but I do want to tell you in terms of gameplay why the game is actually pretty cool. So something about Raid you probably didn't know, there's over 500 champions to collect, and there's also millions of artifacts you can find and equip throughout the game. So that literally leaves you with trillions of ways to build your team and find new strategies. I wanted to mention real quick my favorite thing about the game. So there's this thing called the Tavern, and you can basically sacrifice other champions to make a bigger, better champion and stronger. So if you guys are interested in checking out Raid, they do have a couple of updates I'll go over with you. They've just added champion fragments, which let you collect pieces of champions that you can use to summon specific awesome champions. There's also a new bazaar where you can load up on high value items with the gold bars you win in a tag arena. And they also just extended the daily login rewards up to 270 days. So you know, every time you log in, you get like a new thing. You can even get a new champion. If you do want to end up checking out Raid, you can actually add me with It's Sam Collins. That's my name. I made a clan too if you want to join that. If you do want to download it, just check out the video description, click on those special links, and if you are a new player, you will get 100,000 silver, plus 2 clan boss keys, plus 3 ancient shards, and plus 1 free champion called Adjudicator. I mean, just look at that. It's pretty badass, right? So all that stuff is actually going to be waiting for you right here in this little box icon. Just click it and you'll find all that stuff. Thank you for listening. I appreciate that. And I just wanted to give a little disclaimer before I do start. This entire video is for joke purposes. I make a couple of political jokes that aren't very serious, but I know people do take those to heart, so don't cry after I make the joke. It'll be okay. So we're gonna start this video out strong with the amazing Lucas. If you guys don't know who the amazing Lucas is, I actually made a couple of videos on him before, and if you haven't watched them, I highly suggest it. He has a channel dedicated to talking about the news, I guess, and trans people a lot. He's made fun of trans people for years now, so, you know, I only thought it was necessary to put him in this video. One of his favorite things to do, actually, is make t-shirts like this, which I think are hilarious, with sayings such as, "Stop heterophobia," LGBT, "Let God bless Trump," whatever that's supposed to mean, "It's okay to be straight," and my personal favorite, "It's ma'am." Yeah, do you guys remember that GameStop video that became a meme?
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am. Once again, ma'am. I said both of you. No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
So he made a t-shirt based off of that video to make profit off of it.
So one of you guys shot me the story from Sky News, and in the story it goes on to say that there are hundreds of children that are coming to the realization that, maybe I'm not a Tyrannosaurus Rex after all. Maybe mutilating my body and taking hormones to change myself probably isn't the best solution.
Hey, well, you know what? That was the best solution for me. So, based on even that clip alone and his beautiful t-shirts, we're gonna take Lucas and put him in Loud and Proud because he's always yelling too. It's really unnecessary. And he's also just been up trans people's asses for years now. I wouldn't doubt it if he's kissed a trans person by this time. Next we have on the list is Steven Crowder. You know, I don't know too much about him. I know that he's like a conservative political commentator. He's kind of like a louder Caitlin Bennett, who's also more aggressive, and I didn't think anything could get worse than her, but then I saw him, and I can't say this one without laughing. He looks like Seth Rogen was put into a washing machine. And I know it's not even that funny, but I saw him and I was like, oh, he looks like Seth Rogen if Seth Rogen failed at acting and had a really bad job. So to talk a little bit more about washing machine Seth Rogen, here's a little clip for you.
But none more than from the recent installment of Change My Mind, actually. Well, not to change my mind, but when dysphorians, we can use that term, when dysphorians attack.
Yeah, so just the entire condescending sentence. Apparently, he does this thing where he goes out in public and he has a sign that says change my mind, and he'll pick controversial topics. Trans people have come up to him, have gotten angry because he was pretty rude to them.
Because I was assaulted not once, but twice.
Oh, man.
By angry transgenders.
I wonder if that's because you taunted the people when you were out there interviewing them. Maybe that's why. Maybe you were condescending, like you are right now.
Men need to respect women, period.
So you should respect women.
I'm sorry, I am a woman. So fuck you if you don't think so. I don't even have time for this. And I don't have time.
My mistake.
And maybe that's why they got mad. And sometimes people want to hit you, and that's just what happens. Yeah, so we're going to bring Steven Crowder right next to the amazing Lucas in Loud and Proud. One, because the word loud is in his name, and two, because he's proud of being transphobic. Our third contestant is conservative parents. So this one was funny to me because I get a lot of conservative parent jokes sent to me. So we're going to go ahead and put conservative parents in the question mark category because I don't know everybody's conservative parents. And they might be great, and they might not be transphobic. So next on the list is Ben Shapiro. And I'm really excited about this one because I just made a video on him and it's called Ben Shapiro is a Virgin. Because he actually admitted to not understanding why some women can be super soaker. He says that they have a medical condition if that happens. Therefore, he has to be a virgin. So Ben Shapiro is another conservative and political commentator. That's interesting. Why is there a pattern among all the transphobes? Why are they all political commentators? It's kind of weird. It's almost as if being transphobic is a political agenda. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Anyway, so if you don't know him, Ben Shapiro is the man who destroys teenagers and young adults with logic and facts. He'll hold these Q&As where people are allowed to ask questions and then he destroys them. He uses a lot of filler words and fast talking to get his points across. Therefore, people think that he's so smart. So let's just take a look at this clip of him real quick.
How do you say that some people don't have privilege when you basically just said that trans people aren't valid? They're not a thing. They're just girls pretending to be boys or boys pretending to be girls.
As far as the actual psychological issues at play, it used to be called gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder. Now they call it gender dysphoria. The idea that sex or gender are malleable is not true.
Wow, that's a really good point. That's a really good, thorough, factual point. Since trans people are one of the main topics Ben Shapiro talks about on a consistent basis, and he always has something negative to say, it looks like we found our king of transphobia. So we're gonna go ahead and crown Ben. Yay, Ben Shapiro, the king of transphobia. If everyone could just give a round of applause for Ben for winning, it would be greatly appreciated. So contestant number 5, we've got Girl Defined. And you guys might not know who they are. If you don't know, I made a video about them too in the past. This is like promoting my own channel. But they're also a conservative Christian channel. They talk about religion and family, and they also decided to talk about trans people at one point too, because people always have something to say. I'm just gonna show you a couple of things that they've said in the past.
I've seen this all up and down Target and the whole bathroom situation, people being able to go into whichever bathroom they feel. If I feel like a girl today, I can go in the girls' restroom. If I feel like a boy, that's a big one.
Christine said in schools and in some churches. And sadly, when the church is crumbling.
Wait, so that's why. Oh my God. 2 years ago, I tried to go into a church. And it fell to the ground. And now I get it. Now I understand. Okay, so when transgender people do go into church, the entire thing crumbles because we are we're such a sin. There's sin and then there's below sin. And we are all the way at the bottom. So, don't even go near a church or the whole thing is gonna fall apart. Please.
As the church, we should be the strongest. We should be standing for God's truth the most. So that is a place that we're seeing this.
They were literally talking about how trans people are using the bathrooms in churches and how it's a big problem. So we're going to put Girl Defined in Loud and Proud. And I don't even think I need an explanation for that one. So the next person we have is Trisha Paytas. If you're watching this video and you don't know who Trisha is, you have been living under a rock. So I made a couple of videos on Trisha and she came out as trans before, as a trans man. And then she apologized for it because people were really mad because she said stupid things. And I'm sure you guys have seen it on my channel before, so that's why I'm not going to go too into depth with it. So for Trisha, let's put her in incorrect. I don't think her coming out video is real at all, but that doesn't mean that she's transphobic. I'm sure she would think I am really funny after all the videos I made on her. For our next contestant, we have the US military. Now, if you guys don't know, there is a trans ban and a bunch of trans stuff with the military. It did affect a lot of people, and it was not a good thing. But I guess I can't really expect many good things in these past 4 years. So we're gonna take the US military and put them in loud and proud, because that was a very loud thing to do proudly, and I don't think it was very nice at all either. For our second to last contestant, we have J.K. Rowling. Somehow you don't know J.K. Rowling is an author. She did the whole Harry Potter series. You know, she's just a middle-aged woman who happens to go on Twitter all the time and rants about transgender people. It's really weird. It's honestly one of the most random things that I've ever seen. Some trans people don't think that J.K. Rowling is transphobic. I, for one, think she is, because like I said 100,000 times, she uses a false narrative to fuel transphobia. So there's this one tweet in particular that I want to go over with you guys again. If sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth, blah, blah, blah. My whole thing when filming about her was, why did she say that? Why do all transphobes use this specific line? They all use it. They always claim that trans people are going against sex and sex isn't real. But the thing is, we know sex is real. That's why we have to transition. And I'm just not a fan of any of the things she says. So I'm gonna put her in loud and proud too, because I don't think she's confident enough to be the queen of transphobia. So that leaves us with our last person, Caitlin Bennett. Yeah, my good old friend Caitlin, the one who tried to attack my YouTube channel after I made videos about her. How's it going, Caitlin? Is it going good? Are you doing good? That's good. I'm doing well myself. Anyways, so she's gonna get crowned queen of transphobia for multiple reasons. Now, for some reason, if you guys don't know who she is also a conservative political commentator, interviewer, person who talks about politics all the time. I actually want to bring back this video to show you guys why she's the queen.
What do you think about starting an initiative on campus here at UK to be more inclusive to women who have and we can put urinals in the women's restroom for them?
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
So can you see why I gave her the crown? Well, it's because she doesn't only harass people online, she actually goes out and does it to them in person and asks them the most ridiculous questions. So, you know, that's pretty ballsy in my opinion. You know, I had to give it to her because she also tried to get all my videos taken down of her too. So that actually concludes our entire tier list today. I hope you guys did enjoy that. So yeah, with all that being said, congrats to Ben and Caitlin for being the two best trans advocates to ever walk on this planet. I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Bye.